Like a
The
default
typewriter font?
Yeah, typewriter
It
font.
is typewriter font.
Okay, so I guess with Rumble back, we can do recap now.
Yeah,
I suppose so.
I guess I'll start since I'm the top of the list always due to my name. One day I'm gonna change my name to like something at the very bottom.
Like
Just take
the E out.
Zexposure.
Just take the E out, yeah, exactly.
Zexifosure.
So last time we started exploring the cave behind the waterfall. This led us to go south at first and to a little area where we found what seemed to be a light in a bunch of water at the just a little bit of light at the very long end of a tunnel or something that was submerged in water. We sent Chains to go check it out, possibly since he could breathe under, or didn't have to breathe, so he could swim the longest. And he almost got eaten by something, if I remember. Like, he got out just at the last minute as we saw some teeth basically gnaw at him and like go back into the darkness. And I think we all decided at that point, like, fuck this place. Like, let's just keep moving on.
Correct. That is how my nightmares portray that event, yes.
And then at that point, we kept on going down the path down to the south there. And I think this is where... I'm trying to remember what happened before the cave-in, but there was a cave-in. Basically, there's a bunch of traps set up at somewhere there, and even though we had our two dudes looking around and scouting out, we rolled poorly, didn't see anything, and then at some point a bomb went off and like caved in one of the paths so that we couldn't get through, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes, Madame Beldam threw her Samsung Galaxy phone in there and it exploded.
Right.
Well, that was after, but yes.
That was a little bit later. Because first we sent Petalin through a little crack in the caved-in area to go check an area out, and she found a bunch of bones and corpses and blood on the walls and just disgusting shit everywhere. Literally, yeah. And came back right away because we heard scratching sounds and we encountered rust monsters for the first time. Yeah, and then I think I'll pass it on to Homer from there.
So that was the first time we fought the rust monsters you got to?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then Madame Beldam decided to try and break through the rocks that were blocking the path by throwing explosives at it, and this didn't go well. Well, the explosion happened, and then rocks fell, and Egg got crushed and was stuck and trapped. Luckily, though, he didn't die. Slowly got dug out. And then we sort of regrouped after, the almost death, and started going around the cave the other way. And we saw some kind of slim entrance, but we kept going. And then we came upon basically the nest of the rust monsters. There was another pit of bones and filth. And I'll let the next person go on from there.
We explored for a bit, found the nest of the rust monsters. Accidentally pissed them off. Surrounded by the rust monsters. The rust queen showed up. And then after fighting them for a bit, we used our jar of storms or whatever. And it did a good job of messing everyone up. All of them up.
It's not a jar of storm. It had a name.
Let's see, what did I put down for that?
It was a boom bottle.
Like, I gave you guys the colloquial name and the official name. Come on now.
Wasn't it the jar of chaos?
No!
The boom bottle?
It's a boom bottle, I guess.
The Goblin Blast Bottle.
Thank you.
I mean, the Jar of Storms.
I'm gonna kill all of you. I have that power, you know.
Yeah, it could make rocks fall on me, and then I die.
He doesn't need to.
Yeah, I don't
our
have
group's good at that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we threw the jar, the boom bottle, I mean, and it we wrapped that up. We got a whole ton of rust tentacles and made our way through a small crack that led towards the dwarven entrance.
There's the whole thing of we hid the boom bottle in one of the graves, and then Thane had to dig it out.
I mean, arguably after that, the most important part of the story happened so far, where we found a journal of somebody, and it outlined a whole bunch of stuff, to the point where there was so much stuff I didn't even bother taking notes on it. Instead, I just have that saved to reread if I need to.
Yep.
And we came upon what seems to be a troll and a giant crack in a wall that we've entered, and we are assuming is the dwarven keep that Edwin was talking about. And that's where we kind of left off before. So now we're about to start exploring the keep, as it were.
I have a couple of little ads. One, I got lowered into a literal pit of shit. Where I found some goblin porn, which I'm sure Egg appreciated very much. And the skeleton with the journal was an elf that was alive post-apocalyptic event that rent the world apart. And so...
And it spoke of a
lot
name
of
that
information.
Pedalin specifically had some weird, either affinity or, like, something towards. Not really sure what, though. She just felt weird when she heard it.
Something weird in a name in the journal kind of sparked something for her a little bit. But at this point, we're all pretty beat up, pretty tired. So when we skipped the troll and entered into the room in the supposed dwarven keep, we found what appears to be a large talon and a dying orc that was literally eating his own intestines before he died. So that was fun. And now I think we're camping. We're setting up to camp in
In the room. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we left off.
Who is in their workshop cutting wood?
That's my air conditioner.
It just
It
decided
sounds
to
like a
kick in.
table saw.
It really does.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
kind of scary.
I thought you were dead.
It's like the front of it is just like a little bit loose. If there were pressure on it, it wouldn't make any noise. But it's like just rattling.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Are we recapped? Anybody else?
My halberd got destroyed by the rust monster, so Thane gave me his spear to use.
Okay.
To borrow.
Forgot
Yes.
about that.
Yeah.
It's sad.
There might be a point where I might need that spear back because my fists are tired.
Yeah. I'm pretty useless without a weapon, though.
Okay. One moment.
I might still have
Hey, your
dagger.
name is Rage Fist. Can't you use your fists all the time?
Can't you just
I
like,
mean,
rage
I
your
can.
fists?
If you want
Okay.
me to do less damage, I can definitely do it all the time.
Yeah, man.
No, I'm
That's
teasing.
what it's about. Less damage.
So,
Oh,
if
cool
we're
kids.
recapped, I have a little bit more to do to finish this table that I was working on. So we can move into camp phase, and if you guys want to spend some time commiserating amongst the party, then I will give us a real quick GM's recap, and we can get into it. Everybody's already for that.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so you guys pretty much recapped everything. You remembered most things correctly. Anything you didn't will be in the notes. I'm not going to touch up on it. I am happy that somebody at least wrote down what the damn boom bottles were called, because I mean there is a literal connection to Egg's backstory with those. So I would hope somebody would be at least a little bit. So you guys have entered what you believe to be the Dwarven Keep. You have read through the old elf's journal. And you guys have encountered the eerie message on the wall. With that being said, the group is pretty beat up, and you guys are looking for an opportunity to just kind of rest and recharge, especially knowing the large troll is behind you, not too far away, before pressing onward. Now, the questions that I'm going to ask next can be answered individually, as a group, in character, out of character, but they are questions that should be considered. Does anybody remember what you're doing here?
We are on the trail of the thieves who stole
Yeah.
Pippi.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was our.
Well,
That was what
yeah,
primarily
that's-
brought us here,
Mm-hmm.
but we were also looking for this temple for
Edwin, because there's something of
For
great
Edwin,
importance to him
other things. 'Cause
apparently
it's-
in here.
Yeah, apparently this is a place Edwin and Pippi were looking for. Also.
And even though he didn't tell us what we're looking for, he said, "Oh, it'll be super obvious when you see
Yeah,
it."
we'll
So
know it when we see it.
I'm expecting a giant glowing thing at some point.
And
Okay.
and in a larger sense, before we were trying to find Pippi and the stolen stuff, we were trying to still get a artifact for Red Shore. Because that's why we came into Giant Country in the first place.
This is
Yeah,
giant
in
country.
theory, we could just use his sword.
If we didn't give it back, yes.
Mhm.
But if we find whatever it is that Edwin was looking for in the Dwarven Keep, he said we can have literally anything else out of his shop, including, I don't know,
Right.
an incredible wizard staff or a
I
healer's
think he said
amulet.
we could have anything.
Anything.
I remember specifically those words. So
Anything?
I say we go for
Anything.
Well, never mind. I'll bring that up later.
Okay. If we take the lens back a little bit, do you guys remember why you came into giant territory at all? Other than looking for the relic to Red Shore? Like, there was a recommendation. I just want to make sure that the scope isn't lost. If,
No,
if
There's
that
a
makes
conflict between the giants and the ogres and the
Giants and
warmonger.
Orcs,
giant
yeah.
orcs.
Well, we had the option to go look for the Moon Witch instead of going into Giant Territory, but we decided to come into Giant Territory instead.
Yeah.
So that we could try to team up with them against the orcs.
Actually, that wasn't even you guys' original goal. The original path was given to you. You had the option of you can either like what Grills said was you can go steal a relic from one of the giant shamans because they'll be distracted by their fight with the orcs, or you can go hunt down this Moon Witch, which has been terrorizing and killing pixies and Silent Suns.
And
you
this
guys
is all
elected
for
to go-
Spira. Just
Mhm.
in the larger
Yes.
thing.
Yeah, like honestly, you guys didn't have to do any of this. You could have just said "fuck Red Shore" and went on. But you're good people and decided that you still wanted to hold up to your obligation to Red Shore. I just wanted to make sure that you guys remembered, because you don't have your character's memory. You have your own real lives to worry about, so it's easy to forget things. That this was never a conscious we have to help the giants or anything like that. You guys came here and decided that you would rather team up with the giants than to try what Girl's suggestion was, just to kind of flesh that out and see where things went.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
I want to point out that
Nagahujis didn't
Petalin
sound
never
like a
wanted
great
to
guy.
join the Giants.
Aside from that, we are also looking for Eldrick, Grills' apprentice.
Yeah.
Well, we have to go to Treetop or around Treetop to look for him, so he's not going to be over here.
Right, but we were trying to find the relic first, and then after
Right.
securing that, then
Yeah.
go on that way.
Right.
Yeah.
That was another thing that we were eventually.
I mean,
interested in.
basically, we're going to check this place out because we stumbled upon it and we remembered him saying, hey, there's something of great importance in there. It's like, hey, great importance means a relic probably, so we should go check that out.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to feel like you're in the wrong spot. I just want you guys to remember the scope of why you're here and what you were doing. If that makes sense.
It does.
And now we
Okay.
must beware the dead.
Yes. Okay, so jumping into session, let's go ahead and set up camp. We're going to go ahead and use the campsite that we have set up here, just because it's easier for me to manage and control. But if we need to, we can certainly switch back to keep. I'm going to
I
let you
believe our
guys.
intention was to barricade openings to try and
Okay.
secure camp.
Well, in that case, I will go ahead and move you back so that we can actually do that. But I would like you guys to just kind of talk through your camp a little bit, because I do need to scramble to get this last piece of thing finished.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so I think our first course of action is there's a pile of rubble in one of the openings here, or one of the pathways. I think we can probably not worry about that too much, but where Egg is standing, I think it would be wise to probably take as much furniture, like stone, rubble, whatever seems like it's sturdy enough, and maybe start stacking it. So even if we don't cover the entranceway necessarily, we make it harder for anything to just jump through at us. So I think we'll probably spend a little bit of time doing that. If somebody else, maybe me and Egg will do that, while some other people start setting up maybe some bedrolls and starting a fire. Do we want to do a fire?
I mean, it's pretty dark in here, and we don't have. Not everyone has night vision, and I think we could all use a fire.
So I'm
There's
But do
plenty
we
of-
want to give away our
We have a
position?
torch.
Yeah, that's more what I'm wondering. Do we want to give away the position?
Because we still have this giant opening here.
That's really what I'm worried about. I don't think we're going to be able to cover that because it looks like something ripped itself out of here or into here. Not really sure which. And that troll, I don't want that troll to see maybe something it might want to check out. And it might want to check out the flickering in the darkness.
Well, didn't we already, when we were standing on the ledge above the troll pit, didn't we have a torch then, and he didn't really notice us?
No. The person
Well,
with
we
the
didn't.
torch stood back.
Yeah,
I almost walked over to the edge, but I didn't.
yeah.
Okay, so
He
maybe
remembered.
we don't
hmm
make a fire.
I have my
Probably
ring,
safer
so
to
I'm okay.
not. Yeah, you have the
I'll
ring,
hand off
so...
the ring as needed.
Okay, that's smart, yeah. Cool, okay. So we should get watch orders done, I guess. Who wants to take first?
I can.
Okay. Who wants
I'll
to
take
take
second.
I'll take third.
And I will
Oh.
take last watch since I have dark vision.
Okay.
Sleep well, name. Or egg.
I will get some rest.
Okay, so if who is on? Sorry, I am just now finishing,
Lizards
so
first.
we're good. So
Lizards
Lizard is
first.
taking first watch. Are we barricading? Are we moving any of the debris in here? What's going on?
Yes. So anything
Alright.
that seems sturdy enough to be hard to get through, we're gonna put in front of where Egg is standing right now, where I pinged.
Okay. Let me...
Okay.
All right, and then there's an old chair, so we can just.
Sure.
Um,
And then I think the idea is the others are gonna take whatever time they need, but the person on watch is primarily gonna be focusing their attention through the giant gaping hole in the wall that something probably not too friendly ripped.
Okay. So you barricaded up there. You're gonna keep watch out there, and then the other cave in. You're not. All right. Get Kraken.
Perception.
Give me a second. I need documents open.
Needs
Yes.
to get his danger dice together.
Yep. There it is.
Perception check.
I'm probably going to situate myself over here so I can actually see things proper.
Oh, you didn't want to sleep on the corpse?
Not particularly. And I actually have to orientate myself.
Right.
Wait, was it this group that had the chat about orientate, or was that Corey's stream? I don't even remember.
Probably Corey's stream.
Orientate. All right. Oh yeah. So I completely forgot that Chain has the magic item which grants him dark vision in a very narrow
Oh.
field. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me. I can actually go ahead and increase that for you a little bit, so it's not as restrictive. There you go.
Yeah.
Does somebody have a torch?
I
I'm
do.
gonna put it
It's
out.
on me.
Okay. Are you putting it out?
Yes.
Okay. Then 0.
I'm blind.
Oh, but now I don't have as far as range.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
well,
I do. Never
good.
mind. I'm good.
All right. And everybody else, their vision is correct. All right. No changes there. Good to go. All right. So give me that perception check.
So who has the torch?
Nobody. You guys
Nobody
are going to
has a torch.
sleep.
Yeah, but I can see.
Okay,
And Egg's not keeping watch.
that's right.
All right. So mechanically, we don't have to just sit here in silence. As we just kind of established beforehand, camp and rest doesn't necessarily mean deep sleep. So if anybody wants to have any conversations or, recognize that you're sleeping next to the corpse of the orc literally sitting in his own feces with his own guts in his mouth, now is an opportunity to do so.
It's pretty standard, I think. That just happens,
I'll be sure to remember that when you die.
Yeah.
Orcs are very strange, apparently.
All right. So just kind of describe to me what you're doing on your watch chain.
I mean, I'll be conversing with anyone that's awake.
Mhm.
I'm awake.
Sup. And, keeping a general eye on this entrance mostly, and then, keeping the occasional look at this one.
Okay. So do you want to go ahead and I hope that the shop class that has taken up residence in your house is going to get a good grade.
I'm gonna go. I
Me
can
too.
go turn it off because it keeps popping on. So.
No, I mean, I don't want you to be sweating your ass off, but just,
No, it should be okay for this session.
Okay. All right. So probably an hour or two into your rest, you may hear footsteps coming from the west.
I would sneak. 1 second. My way over
Okay.
to the barricade
Yeah.
and just kind of peek through.
So you see what appears to be an orc of decent size, carrying a shovel, walking towards the barricade with a puzzled expression on their face. They're advancing at a somewhat slow clip.
Egg begins to snore.
God, I would immediately wake you up.
Egg is sleeping in a position to which now he is slightly constricting himself with his own arm that he's using as a pillow.
Mhm.
I'd begin to slowly stir everyone up.
Okay. So, let's say that you quickly and quietly awaken the group.
Egg
Put my
starts
finger over
coughing
their mouth.
loudly. Being awoken. Gah!
Put my finger over my mouth and like, shh.
So make a stealth check. Another one, Chain. Let's see if you can quietly stifle the cough.
Oh, do I get advantage on that from my shoes?
No, because you're trying to quiet. You're putting your hand
Okay.
over his mouth, not your feet. Okay. You feel like you may have shoved your hand over his mouth quickly enough, and let's say, Egg, you get the picture pretty quickly that through the. Well, actually, you can't really.
I can't see anything.
So
I can't see any of my party members.
So a hand is shoved over your mouth, and you hear the quiet, frustrated whispers of Chain urging you to be silent.
Hey, Wolf, just as a side note, I have dark vision and I can't see anything either.
Oh, no.
No, so something just went a little wonky for some reason. Should I try bringing my
Hold on.
token back out?
No, hold on.
Okay.
Huh. Can everybody else see themselves?
I can see themselves and everyone else.
I can see myself, but not everyone else. Like, I can see their outline, but I can't see them.
Yeah, bring your token back out.
Okay, yeah.
I can only see them if I look at them.
I mean, the madam who is farthest away from me, she's almost completely obscured in the darkness, but I can vaguely see everyone else.
I wonder if... Because I had to fuss with some things on the Fog of War.
I cannot see the token that I just brought out very well.
Okay, give me a second. I'm going
no
to
worries.
do something with Fog of War. If you guys see everything again, please just roll
I'll
with
just
it.
tab away.
Well, the thing is, like, I'm gonna... Let me enable that. Okay. Everything should have just gone dark for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yep.
Okay. That off. This. Done.
Sorry, it's not dark for me.
Not at all.
I mean, it is, but like, not my cone.
What do you mean?
My cone of vision.
What about it?
I can still see through it.
Okay, I mean that's
Do it.
fine.
Oh, I thought you asked if everything went dark.
Well, it did briefly, but it's
It
back.
did briefly, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
All right, I'm going to disable dynamic lighting and then re-enable it, and hopefully that will work. I realize it's probably going to reveal. All right, how's that?
I can see a lot more than I did previously, but
Okay.
Now
Yeah,
I
it
see.
revealed the map, but
Oh.
just made it like grayscale.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, let me...
like I can see all the way to here in grayscale. And here.
Bam. Is that better?
Yeah, that did it.
Fog
Give
of
me a second.
War!
I got the-
Yeah,
Now I
think that
see
works.
nothing. Except
Yeah,
total.
okay, so you should see nothing
Okay.
because there's no light source.
Gotcha.
But everybody else that has dark vision should have some semblance of vision.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, all right, that's fixed. And you can still control that token, Paul?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Good. Well, unfortunate that we had to reveal some of the map to do that, but whatever. All
I
right.
wasn't looking.
So, Egg, you've got a hand over your mouth, and the familiar voice, or recently more familiar voice of Chain, urging you to quiet. What does everybody?
Egg bites the hand, but not too hard.
What? Wait, why?
He's just annoyed if there's a hand in his mouth.
Oh, it's not in your mouth. It's like I'm gonna say it feels a little out of character.
I'm gonna chop you on the head if you bite me.
You are a seasoned adventurer here.
He's
There's-
groggy.
I mean, maybe he's into that kind of thing.
I'm not gonna stop you, but it does feel a little out of character. But okay, Chain. He bites your hand, so I guess you probably would
just, like-
recoil away.
Yeah, I'll
Wait.
recoil and then like karate chop him on the forehead.
Okay.
Not hard, just like a
Okay.
fucking stop.
I'm just watching
okay.
this and like wondering why we're all awake now.
I'm gonna point towards the barricade once
Mhm.
I've done
Egg can't see
having
anything.
my hand.
He's just sitting here waiting for something else to happen. No, he's done.
Right.
And whispered, intruder.
Intruder. What does everybody else do?
I think when I see him point, I would go to the barricade and peek through myself. See if I can see
Okay.
anything.
Make a perception check.
I guess I'll take that spot there then.
I'm just kind of crouching in the corner so that I can't be seen past the barricade.
Actually, you don't even need a perception check. I think you can just straight up see him. He's not being stealthy.
Ah.
Your passive perception is higher than that anyway.
Yeah.
So you see what looks like an orc, actually what is very clearly an orc, bedecked with like a couple of pairs of manacles, several lengths of rope, and a large shovel, as well as a battle axe on his back, approaching the barricade with a quizzical look on his face.
I'm gonna put my hand on, or like get Egg up, help him like stand up.
As he gets closer, so let's say where he is now, like you can see that he slowly puts the shovel down and pulls his axe out. It doesn't look as though it doesn't look like he's spotted you, but he's definitely wearing a confused expression.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna help Egg to like
Yeah,
the other corner.
you do that. I'm gonna just keep watch, I guess, here. Like, I'm throwing some, like, hand gestures, like, with my arm out behind me, like, get back, or something.
So where are you helping me? Which corner?
Can you see that?
Did you see the ping? Or I'll just put
Yes.
him over there.
Thanks.
Why? So let me ask this: why are you moving to that corner?
To get Egg out of the way of fighting, since he can't see.
Okay. Madam Beldam, what are you doing?
I am putzing with my spells because for whatever reason it unprepared all of them.
Okay.
Great.
But what is your character doing? What is Madam Beldam doing?
Staying back because she is not going to get into close combat with an orc.
So,
I'm going to be watching how this plays out.
Mhm.
okay. Maybe a week off muddled everybody's brains, but standing still in a room is how toddlers play hide and seek. But all
Whatever,
How
I'm
thick is this
crouching.
barricade?
right. So Petalin, roll. I mean, it would make sense that you might roll stealth since you're trying to hide.
I mean, I am hiding, correct? Or do
I
I,
don't
need
know.
to reroll?
Are you?
There's no cover anywhere.
You're in cover. Like, you're
Yeah.
literally in cover. You're behind a pillar, behind a wall.
I just assumed I didn't have to
There you go.
reroll since.
I'm hiding.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Crouching.
Egg, you have now basically
led to a
dragged
corner.
Chain across. Yeah, Chain has you dragged Egg across the room. Like, you would need to. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's too late now. The orc comes up to the barrier, and thank God Thame is there. Or thank all of the gods that Thame is there, because the orc lowers his axes in Orcish. Brother, why is this barricade here? Where all of the advanced parties are ahead. How did you end up behind us?
I'm gonna reply in Orcish and kind of like fake a like, well, it's not even fake at this point, but like a tired tone, like, troll outside, badly wounded. You must all leave this place immediately.
He's like, we know about the troll. That's why our comrade behind you is perished. Were you in the rear guard?
I just respond in however an orc would say yes, like maybe a grunt or something.
Yeah. He's like, I see. If the rear guard has advanced, that must mean that something terrible fell outside of the cavern itself. We hope to have the last of the slaves rounded up soon. Please just maintain watch. Resume your duty. Are any of your squad or formation, are any of your war parties still surviving?
I make a disagreeable grunt, like whatever they would do to just be like, mm-mm, or whatever.
His eyes seem to brighten a little bit. He's like, so long as they fell in battle, a true orc's death. A shame we couldn't be killing the giants. These damnable bugs and skeletons will be the death of us all. Fucking slave. Where do they get off thinking they can steal the war plans and the war chief's necklace? He spits on the ground and says, tear this barricade down. There's no need to have it barring our way out in case of an emergency. And turns around and starts marching back off the other way.
Okay. As he's going, I just agreeably, just like, I don't know what an orc necessarily would say, something along the lines of like,
Yes, sir.
no, more like a like, till death takes my last breath sort of thing or whatever.
There's like a begrudging,
Yeah.
sort of acceptance of one's lower status in a military caste.
Yeah. Exactly.
This idea that you would kill him in a heartbeat if you thought you could, because then you could take his position.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of. But sure.
Yeah. Exactly. I unready my weapon, like I just let go of the fist weapon I was starting to like get ready,
Sure.
and kind of let out a deep breath, like, oh.
You get the feeling that he was purely focused on you, but that he was kind of rushed in his conversation. So
Yeah.
perhaps he didn't spot to the others, or perhaps he did and didn't bring it up.
Yeah, it seemed like he didn't want to maybe see to it that I took his advice and unbarricaded it.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't seem like he wanted me to respond even necessarily. He was just talking at me because he was doing something. So I'll relay this information to the group when we get back together for a small huddle or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess I'll turn to the group and initiate that, saying like they've left or he's left.
Okay.
What did he say?
Well, there's more up ahead. It's going to be dicey. And also, something about a necklace. He seemed rushed. I didn't get any more information, but
A necklace.
Yeah.
You're not talking about my sisters, are you?
I shrug. I have not seen this necklace. More importantly, there's more, and they're up ahead, so we must beware.
Beware of the orcs?
Beware of everything. I'm gonna go back here and just keep watch down this, I guess, for a bit.
Sure.
Keg is slowly making his way back over to where he was, just by feel. But this group of orcs doesn't seems like a bigger party than necessarily would have robbed Edwin. I wonder.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if the thief is coming back to reconvene with the main party in order to give him the spoils,
That's totally possible.
They could be tracking the thieves as well.
They knew of the troll as well. So maybe one of theirs actually did get eaten in the down there in the pit. Not that
You
that
mean
matters.
him? And I kind of point over to the dead one.
Maybe.
Or the thief could be looking to steal from the orcs next. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Wolf. Wolf is the answer to who knows.
Correct. So what is the plan of action?
Go back to sleep.
Well, should we continue our rest?
I think we should.
Okay. So,
I will continue the rest of my watch.
sure. Okay.
Paying
Shane,
far more
you,
attention to this barricade now.
Shane, you resume your watch, keeping an eye down the hallway for the remainder of your watch. It passes uneventfully. Who's up next?
That's me.
Okay. Make your... Thank you. Okay. I just realized I completely forgot to ask you guys to all make stealth checks, but that's fine. The dice said that it was in your favor, so we'll let that play out as it did. Okay, so what? Just kind of walk me through your watch. What are you doing? What happened?
Okay, so I'll kind of come over here so I can see down this hallway a little bit more, past the barricade. But I want to try to talk to the madam. Madam, are you asleep?
I am not.
So, what do you make of the journal that we found?
It had quite a bit of information, and there was something interesting in there, and I don't remember which volume it was in.
Do you remember roundabout what it was?
It has been too long.
Sure.
I'm skimming through right now.
Okay.
I saw a glimpse of it. They were speaking of a library.
A library filled with books for magic users.
That kind of information interests me greatly.
The library at Miratel? But it said that it was gone.
Oh, I found it. There we go. They were searching for it for 16 years. So who knows if it really does still exist, but again, we found this keep in the middle of nowhere. So maybe it's something that we should keep in the back of our minds.
Keep in the back of your minds.
The journal just settles me as well. I don't know why, but I have a reason to believe that we haven't heard the last of the more Drakens.
And who exactly are the more Drakens?
Well, look here in the journal. It first talks about a Malak, and then his grandson is the one whose library you seek. Significant. Somehow. I get a weird feeling from it.
You cut out in your mic a couple of times, so.
Oh, I just said the name is significant to me.
Which journal page is it? Anybody?
Well, at first,
You're cutting out again. Is Discord dying or is it just her mic?
I think it's just your mic.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody like what journal page were you looking at, Rumble?
I was looking at 6.
Okay. So within journal page 6, what in particular? 16 years, no closer to finding the secret library of Otohatsu Mordraken?
Yes.
Okay. So he's not talking about the Miratel library. Or Madame Beldam isn't referring to the library of Miratel. Does that make sense, Pedalin?
That is not the same library that's mentioned in Journal 1.
Let me take a look.
At the end, it says rumors spoke of a secret underground library that he secreted away.
Yeah, that's the library of Otohatsu Mordraken. That's unrelated to Miratel. So if we can find Miratel, then perhaps the library vaults will have survived is not the same. Oh, she got disconnected from Discord.
Gotcha.
Welcome back.
I made it. Okay.
So
No, I'm aware that she's not referring to Miratel.
Okay.
But that's what I said. I said, first there's Malachi Mordraken and then his son Otetsu.
No,
and it's
that's
his library that she's seeking.
his grandson, Otohatsu.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is that it?
Pretty much. I mean, if that's all that she has to say on the subject.
Well, I mean, you can probe for more information if you have a lead.
Well, I don't.
Okay.
I was just trying to tell her that I get a weird feeling from the name Mordraken, and I have a feeling that it's going to come up for us again. So if she's interested in this library, there's a good possibility that we might, just keep our ears out for it.
Sure.
Because I get a weird gut feeling about it.
Okay. Anything else on your watch?
I eat a snack.
Okay. At some point during your watch, you hear the telltale signs of digging echoing down the halls.
Which hallway?
From the west.
From the west. Digging?
Mm-hmm. And then, are you going to do it? Do you want to do anything about that, or can I move on?
No, you can move on.
Towards the last few minutes of your watch, let's say as you're patrolling toward the northward side of the chamber you guys have holed up in, you hear what sounds like an eerily familiar chirping coming through the rock.
On the north side, up here?
Yes. Yes.
All right. I'll go ahead and wake everybody who's
You're gonna
not
wake-
asleep.
You're gonna wake everybody.
Well, I'm going to wake up. Who's next in line
I am.
for
Nobody's.
watch?
Same.
Thame?
Oh, were you third? Okay.
Yep.
Or, Madam, are you still awake?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. So I'll wake up Thame,
Mhm.
and I'll point out the chirping and then tell him that it's probably more rust monsters and that we should be careful.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'll nod in agreement. Tell her to get
Okay.
some rest. So my big thing when I start the watch is
Mhm.
I'm gonna go back to the barricade where I'm conveniently standing apparently already.
Mhm.
And listen very intently to see if I can hear any more orcish like down the hall, or like I'm hoping basically to catch an echo or something and maybe hear
Sure.
something.
So you will go ahead and roll your perception.
Okay.
So at multiple points through, the first several minutes of your watch, you hear the echoing of shovel on stone and an occasional barked order, but you aren't able to make out what's being said.
Right. Maybe too many reverberations kind of like obscuring it.
Yeah, there might be too many twists, too many turns.
Mhm.
You aren't sure.
Okay.
But really, let's see. Can you see all the way to the end of the hall?
I can
Yeah.
see up to where you, yes, put your
Okay.
thing there.
So as you can see there, it looks like a barricade of some sort has been constructed.
Mm-hmm.
But you aren't able to see or make anything out.
Right.
But it definitely looks like it has been reinforced in some manner.
Okay. Can I tell roughly how far down that, like, not the scraping sound. Well, yeah, the scraping of the shovel and stuff would have been?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
No.
But it sounds further than I can see, though.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Anything else?
And I'm gonna go and do the same thing, just listening intently on the other side of the room right here. Basically into the cave.
Okay. Maybe 30 minutes later, into your watch, as you're moving over to the east side,
Mhm.
and the scent of rot from the decaying, dying orc that literally disemboweled itself, it starts to just kind of weigh on your nose. You get this eerie, uncomfortable, general feeling of uneasiness. It just washes over you.
Like a shiver down your spine sort of thing.
Hairs on the back of your neck stand up, shiver down your spine, a little bit of queasiness in your stomach.
Okay. This is about half an hour in, like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Is there anything I could do to, like, I don't know, like almost like a perception or insight check into my own body and just be like, why would I feel this way? Is that a
what
thing?
skills are you proficient in? Oh, I mean, so let me look
So-
at the 5e skill list real quick.
So the
and
things I'm
we'll-
proficient in are insight and medicine, and I have a
Mhm.
herbalism kit, so maybe like
Mhm.
they're
So
I would
let's say you can roll. Let's roll medicine.
Okay.
All right. So, I mean, being practiced in field dressing and basic first aid and like just the general well-being that one learns in taking care of oneself and one's brothers at the temple, you're pretty sure that whatever's wrong with you is not medical. The hairs in the back of your neck, just like this general feeling of unease that has laid itself on top of you is not because you had a bad ration.
Okay. So not knowing what this is, I think would start freaking me out a little bit more. And it's at this point. The thing is I know my character wouldn't think anybody in this party would be able to help.
Sure.
And I don't want to seem crazy and like wake somebody up and be like, I got a weird feeling in my tummy.
Sure. So what I'm gonna ask the group to do is let's make some sleepy perception check.
Sleepy perception. I love it.
Sleepy time.
Okay.
Why the fuck was that set to GM?
It may have just been said that way. I got it.
Weird.
He whispered it to me. So, okay. Chain and Pedalin awaken from a deeply disturbing nightmare, where within you felt just like almost like a clawed hand grasping at your throat, or just like the cold steel pressed against the back of your neck, just like this overwhelmingly disturbing feeling of this impending peril to your head. Thame, you'll notice that they both kind of bolt awake in whatever fashion that their characters would do. Like maybe the rigor mortis sit up straight, or maybe their eyes just flash open and they start breathing heavily. Meanwhile, Madame Beldam and Egg are sleeping very fitfully.
Okay.
As you awaken, Chain and Pedalin, you experience much the same sense of dread and overwhelming uneasiness.
I'm gonna walk over to both of them and just, like, quietly just say, you feel it too.